Japan's growing defense cooperation with the Philippines is entering a new phase, one defined not by ships or missiles, but by information. In the modern maritime battlefield, the power to see is as decisive as the power to strike. The radar network Japan is providing to the Philippines symbolizes a quiet but profound transformation, turning Manila from a reactive coastal defender into an actor capable of early warning and coordinated maritime awareness. This new capability, centered around Japan's FPS-3 radar systems and associated technologies, will reshape the balance of perception across the South China Sea. For decades, the Philippines has struggled to monitor its vast maritime territory. Its Navy and Coast Guard rely heavily on visual patrols and intermittent aerial reconnaissance, leaving large blind spots where foreign vessels could operate unobserved. Japan's decision to supply advanced radar systems, together with training, maintenance, and integration assistance, marks a turning point in this imbalance. The FPS-3 radar, originally developed for Japan's Air Self-Defense Force, provides long-range surveillance capable of detecting aircraft and service vessels hundreds of kilometers away, depending on conditions and altitude. Its proven reliability and ability to function in tropical maritime climates make it ideal for deployment in the Philippine archipelago. Under the framework of the Reciprocal Access Agreement signed in July 2024, Japan can now station or assist with military assets in the Philippines for training, maintenance, or joint exercises. This legal foundation enables Tokyo to provide both hardware and the human capital needed to operate and sustain such systems. The first phase, already underway, focuses on transferring radar units to key locations such as northern Luzon and Palawan, positions that overlook both the South China Sea and the Luzon Strait. These are strategic choke points through which much of the region's military and commercial traffic flows. By covering these corridors, the network enhances not only Philippine awareness, but also collective intelligence shared with partners such as the United States and Australia. The radar network is not just a technical upgrade, it represents a new layer of deterrence. Early detection of intrusions gives Manila more time to respond diplomatically or militarily, reducing the likelihood of surprise incidents. For Japan, it extends the first island chain surveillance arc, connecting sensors from Okinawa through Taiwan to the northern Philippines. This creates what Japanese planners refer to as a situational continuity belt, a persistent watch that limits China's ability to operate unobserved in contested waters. While not an offensive measure, this visibility undermines one of Beijing's key advantages, the ambiguity that allows gray zone operations to proceed under the radar. Technically, the FPS-3 radar employs three-dimensional phased array technology capable of tracking multiple targets simultaneously and distinguishing between civilian and military signatures. This is vital for a region where fishing fleets, Coast Guard vessels, and naval ships often occupy the same waters. When linked to the Philippine Navy's command and control system, the radar data can cue patrol aircraft, surface ships, or even Allied satellites to investigate. In the longer term, integration with the United States Indo-Pacific Command's sensor network could allow real-time data sharing during joint exercises or crises, providing an unprecedented level of situational awareness for Manila. The benefits, however, come with challenges. Radar systems demand a high degree of maintenance and a continuous power supply, both of which are difficult to guarantee on remote islands. The Philippines must allocate trained technicians, spare parts, and operating budgets to keep the systems functional. Japan's assistance package reportedly includes training programs and maintenance contracts to prevent these assets from falling into disrepair, a common fate of donated hardware in the developing world. Another concern lies in cybersecurity. As radar networks become linked to Allied systems, they present potential targets for electronic warfare or hacking. Both Tokyo and Manila will need to establish strict data sharing protocols and redundancy plans to guard against interference. Financially, the project is structured through Japan's Official Security Assistance Framework, a mechanism created to fund defense-related aid to partners in the Indo-Pacific. The cost, estimated at several tens of billions of Japanese yen, is modest compared to high-profile weapon sales but delivers long-term strategic value. It allows Japan to project influence without breaching its constitutional limits on offensive weapon exports, while enabling the Philippines to obtain capabilities it could not afford independently. In effect, this is a cost-effective form of deterrence, information dominance achieved through partnership rather than firepower. Regionally, the implications are substantial. A radar-equipped Philippines can share maritime data with neighbors such as Vietnam and Malaysia, enhancing collective awareness of Chinese activities in disputed areas. It also complements Japan's support for radar installations in Indonesia and Malaysia, creating a web of surveillance nodes across Southeast Asia. For China, this emerging network complicates efforts to operate covertly. The more eyes that watch, the higher the diplomatic cost of coercive maneuvers. Beijing will likely respond with diplomatic protests, electronic countermeasures, and propaganda portraying the radar network as a provocation. Yet the initiative's defensive nature makes it politically sustainable. It is difficult to condemn a system designed merely to see. Looking ahead to 2030, the Japan-Philippines radar partnership could evolve into a fully integrated maritime awareness architecture. This might include data fusion centers in Manila and Tokyo, unmanned aerial vehicles relaying live imagery, and satellite links extending coverage to the deep South China Sea. The integration of artificial intelligence for signal processing and anomaly detection could further enhance responsiveness. If sustained, this will not only improve national defense but also civilian applications, such as disaster response and search and rescue operations, areas where Japan's technological expertise excels. Strategically, the shift signifies Japan's quiet re-entry into Southeast Asia's security architecture after decades of restraint. For the Philippines, it marks a step toward autonomy within alliances, a way to strengthen defense without full dependence on any single power. The radar network therefore serves as both symbol and substance of a changing Indo-Pacific order, one where transparency itself becomes a form of deterrence. In the final analysis, Japan's radar cooperation with the Philippines is less about machines and more about mindset. It reflects a recognition that modern security depends on shared awareness, not just shared weaponry. By investing in sensors rather than missiles, Tokyo and Manila are building the foundations of collective vigilance, an invisible shield that may prove more durable than any warship. The eyes over the South China Sea may not fire a shot, but they will change how every player moves upon its waters.